Jessica Kingdon, welcome to The Daily Show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a complete honor to be here.
Wait, let's talk about the film. It's very seldom that you see China, and it's very seldom that you see China not from China's perspective and not from like the West perspective, but just in China. So let's start with that. How on earth do you get to make a documentary in China in all the places that you got to make the documentary?
Because the film itself is not overtly political,
Yeah.
and we're not filming in any quote-unquote sensitive areas.
Right.
So we were able to be extremely straightforward about what we were doing, and a lot of it was just simply asking these locations, hey, we're an independent American documentary film crew coming to make a film about China's economic rise. Can we come and film in your factory? Can we come and film in your manor school, etc.? Surprisingly, the thing that people were worried about is not something I anticipated. A lot of factory managers were worried that we were going to scam them and try to get money out of them.
In what way?
To hit them up with a bill for appearing in our movie later on. Yeah, it was
Wait, are you being
amazing.
serious?
I'm dead serious. Another suspicion that happened was in the one of the textile manufacturing companies. He thought that we were there from a corporation trying to take the technology secrets.
You were trying to steal their tech
Yeah.
and then go and make your own textile.
Exactly.
It feels like what also makes this film different is you're not telling us anything, you're just showing us things. You know, there's no one who's narrating. There's nobody who's giving you their opinion. You see, like, you know, low-income workers. We see the middling class that's burgeoning. And then we see, like, wealthy Chinese people. You even take us into a factory that is making very advanced sex dolls. And I just want to play a clip of that.
下品没修。啊，写了你的名字的，给剪刀给我修一下。下面没修。你们以后那个印的那个印子啊，不要印的太狠了，印的这里都有点裂了，这里弄一下。
So two things for me. One, I didn't know sex dolls had gotten that advanced. Genuinely, like when I was a kid, I remember sex dolls were like these inflatable things. But two, I don't know if you did this on purpose, but that whole scene in its entirety has so many paradoxes in a way. When you were making the film, weren't you ever tempted to step in and go like, this is what this means? Or were you happy for us, the viewer, to just watch for ourselves and decide?
I don't think I could even say what it means, to be honest with you. I mean, I think there's so many meanings that can be found within that one clip even. But like you said, something that struck me about this place was the paradox of it, where on one hand, it seems like one of the most exploitative factories since
Right.
there are these replicas of bodies literally made for exploitation. But on the other hand, the women are handling the dolls and also working together with a certain type of tenderness that I found very touching. And the conversations that they're having with one another too are almost accidentally poetic sometimes. And so I found that really beautiful, and that was a paradox that I was really trying to lean into and look for and draw out. And it wasn't something that I had to go in and try to manufacture. It was just something that was already there. And I think a lot of this type of filmmaking is about the patience to sort of sit with these sort of moments
yes.
and allow them to emerge instead of trying to go and prove a certain point.
It's wonderful to just see just a world happening, but in a way where it doesn't feel, like you said, manufactured, but also where something is happening. You know, there's a lot of stories that happen in how people live. And it was nice to watch that in the documentary, just see people living, but then also there's a story being told by how the people live.
Right. It's just the art of observing and seeing what comes up.
Yeah, no, you're a better filmmaker than I'd ever be. I'd always be tempted to like jump in. Just be like,
I was very tempted a lot of the times. It took a lot of discipline.
to just,
You
like,
didn't see
stay-
the outtakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know, the China that I had known for so many years was just all industrial and very... And in this documentary, we start to see a new world that is forming where people are now learning how to be influencers and the culture is changing. Would it be safe to say that there's almost now the Chinese dream, like the American dream, where people are going, we want to ascend in how we live, earn, create?
There's a lot of similarities with the Chinese dream and the American dream. I mean, the one thing that they both have in common is this idea, this quest for upward mobility and this belief in this system that you'll be rewarded materially for your hard work and, are able to work yourself up to a middle class lifestyle, which of course we know is not true for everyone. But within China, I found that it was just interesting to see how a lot of it mirrors American style capitalism as well. There's so many different parallels that we wouldn't necessarily see on the surface, but if you kind of look closer, you see a lot of it's echoed with one another.
One of my favorite moments in the documentary is where you are in the factory where they're making the Donald Trump Make America Great Again hats. They're making the MAGA hats, but you saw them making the Keep America Great. And you thought they were messing up, like you thought they had totally messed up the slogan.
That's right. This was during Trump's re-election campaign. The manager told us, oh, you know, all of the MAGA hats are gone because they were bought out by the Canadians. Not something I would have expected, but okay, sure, Canada, MAGA hats. But instead, hey, we're actually making Keep America Great scarves. And I thought that that was kind of maybe a mistake or a mistranslation or something, but we shot it anyway. And they said, no, this is his new campaign slogan. And sure enough, 6 months later or whatever, we were seeing it everywhere. So there's a saying that business people in Yiwu, the city where we were shooting, are ahead of the curve, ahead of the political trends, because they're kind of like the base of manufacturing where all of these global issues first come.
Wow.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go. I just want to see what my future is.
Yeah.
What shirts are they making about me?
Exactly.
What free Trevor Noah? I'm going to be in prison. Jessica, congratulations again on the Oscar nomination, and thank you for making really one of the most fascinating documentaries out.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been an absolute honor.
All right, people, Jessica's documentary, Ascension, is now streaming on Paramount+. Trust me, you want to watch it. It's going to teach you so much.